Did you know some foods in your kitchen quietly raise your cancer risk after 60? As we age, our bodies become more sensitive to what we consume, and unfortunately, there are certain foods that can do more harm than good. While many of these may seem harmless, or even part of your daily routine, doctors are now speaking up about their hidden dangers. This video dives into 4 specific foods seniors should seriously reconsider, especially for long-term cancer risk. These aren't fads or internet rumors. These insights are based on recent findings and expert warnings from medical professionals who've seen the consequences firsthand. Knowing what to look out for helps you make small adjustments that protect your health, your energy, and your future. So stay with us through the end of this video, because these 4 food-related dangers are ones most people overlook, and by understanding them now, you might just avoid one of the most common regrets doctors hear from their older patients. Now let's get started. Number 1, processed meats. For decades, processed meats like bacon, hot dogs, and deli slices were seen as convenient staples, perfect for a quick sandwich or breakfast plate. And on the surface, they may seem like a practical choice, especially for those trying to keep meals simple as they age or manage busy schedules. But what many seniors don't know is that these foods come with their own set of hidden risks, ones that may quietly undermine your digestive health, disrupt cellular balance, and potentially raise your risk of developing certain cancers over time. A leading oncologist once said, "Processed meats don't just pass through the body, they leave behind compounds that can damage cells in ways we're only beginning to understand." That insight is particularly important for seniors, whose digestive systems and cellular repair mechanisms are already more vulnerable to disruption as the years add up. Processed meats contain nitrates and nitrites, preservatives that, when broken down in the body, can form nitrosamines, compounds known to be carcinogenic. Several studies have shown that regular consumption of processed meats may increase the risk of colorectal and stomach cancers, especially in older adults who eat them often. For someone in their 70s or 80s, even small amounts can have outsized effects, potentially contributing to chronic inflammation in cellular environments that are more susceptible to cancer. It's not just about digestion either. There's ongoing research linking long-term processed meat consumption to other cancers, like pancreatic cancer. While the data is still evolving, the concern is enough that many health experts now urge older adults to avoid daily consumption of these foods, especially when fresher, safer alternatives are available. If you're used to reaching for a sausage link or deli meat every morning, try replacing it with grilled chicken, fresh fish, or plant-based proteins like beans or lentils. Your body will thank you, not just in the short term with better digestion and energy, but possibly in the long term by lowering your overall risk of chronic disease. When it comes to processed meats, less is not only more, it may also be safer. Number 2, sugary baked goods. For many people, enjoying a donut, a slice of cake, or a warm cookie feels like one of life's small pleasures. And when that treat is part of your morning coffee or afternoon snack, it can seem like the perfect moment of comfort to unwind after a long day. But what most seniors don't realize is that sugary baked goods, when eaten regularly, have been flagged by researchers as a dangerous habit, especially for those over 60. These foods have been shown to increase inflammation and disrupt metabolic balance, significantly raising the risk for cancers of the pancreas, colon, and liver over time. A senior nutritionist once shared, "Sugary baked goods on their own carry risks, but when consumed daily, the body's ability to regulate inflammation is compromised, and that's when things go wrong at the cellular level." That might sound dramatic, but it's backed by science. Sugary baked goods are loaded with refined sugars and processed flours that spike blood sugar and insulin levels sharply. When this happens repeatedly, it creates a state of chronic inflammation and insulin resistance, conditions that weaken the body's defenses bit by bit. Together, these effects create a scenario where cellular damage accumulates faster than your body can repair. Over time, this kind of internal stress can trigger the kinds of mutations that lead to cancer. Take the case of Margaret, an 81-year-old who loved her daily muffin with tea. "It was my comfort ritual," she said. But after she began experiencing fatigue and digestive issues, her doctor explained how this habit may have contributed to the inflammation found in her system. Margaret didn't have to give up all the foods she loved, but she made small changes. She now enjoys fruit or whole grain toast with a touch of honey instead. "It's about being smarter, not miserable," she said. "I still enjoy my mornings, I just do it differently." Many people over 70 have slower metabolisms and weaker insulin regulation. That means sugary foods stay in your system longer, and the body has to work harder to clear out harmful byproducts. Add in the fact that these baked goods are often made with artificial additives, and you have a double hit to your system that only grows riskier with age. This doesn't mean you have to eliminate everything you enjoy, but it does mean you need to be more strategic. If you love sweets, keep them occasional and pair them with fiber-rich foods like berries or nuts that support your body's balance, not challenge it. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 3, fried foods. One of the most commonly enjoyed foods among older adults is also one of the most underestimated when it comes to cancer risk. Fried foods, whether it's crispy fried chicken, golden French fries, or a plate of onion rings, may feel like a comforting treat after a long week, but their effects on the body over time are far from harmless. They're loaded with harmful compounds created during the frying process, and when consumed regularly, they create a perfect storm inside the body that leads to chronic inflammation, oxidative stress, and eventually cellular damage. And that's where the cancer link begins. A leading gastroenterologist once said, "Fried foods are not just heavy on the stomach, they're heavy on your cells. The compounds formed during frying may fuel abnormal cell growth, especially in aging bodies that repair damage more slowly." That insight is sobering, especially considering how easy it is to reach for fried foods without thinking twice about their impact. But what many seniors don't realize is that our metabolism, gut health, and cellular repair systems all change as we age. That means the same fried snack you tolerated in your 30s may now quietly damage the delicate systems your body relies on to regulate inflammation and flush out cellular waste over the years. Over time, this environment becomes fertile ground for mutations and cancerous changes, particularly in areas like the colon, breast, and prostate. Evelyn, a 76-year-old retired teacher, used to love her Friday fish fry. "It was my weekly treat," she said. But after a health scare involving her digestive system, her doctor showed her studies linking regular fried food consumption to increased cancer risk. "I thought, no way, it's just food." But she stopped cold turkey, switched to baked or grilled fish, and says she hasn't looked back. "My energy feels different. My digestion is better. I never realized what it was doing to me." It's not just the frying process that causes concern. The oils used in frying often break down into acrylamide and other carcinogenic compounds under high heat, and the high-fat content can erode digestive health, compounding risk for seniors who already deal with slower metabolism or inflammation as they age. Letting go of fried foods doesn't mean giving up flavor. It means choosing foods that nourish and support your body's natural defenses. Simple swaps like baking, grilling, or air frying can make a world of difference, not just for your energy, but for your long-term health. You deserve a meal that works for you, not against you. Number 4, refined white bread and margarine. Many of us find comfort in a simple slice of white bread slathered with margarine, whether it's toast in the morning or a sandwich at lunch. There's a ritual to it, the softness, the familiarity, the ease of preparation. But there's one detail most people never think twice about: the combination. And it turns out that this seemingly harmless habit of eating refined white bread with margarine could be doing more harm than good, especially to your metabolic and cellular health as you age. A leading nutrition researcher once said, "The issue isn't just the bread or the spread, it's how they team up to disrupt your body's balance, especially in older adults." That warning might sound surprising, but studies have shown that refined white bread, stripped of fiber and nutrients, spikes blood sugar rapidly, while margarine, often loaded with trans fats or processed oils, adds a layer of inflammation that lingers. Together, they increase the risk of cancers like colon and pancreatic cancer over time. When you eat this combo, you're essentially flooding your system with empty carbs and unhealthy fats that tax your system. Over time, this repeated stress can damage cells and lead to inflammation, insulin resistance, and eventually precancerous conditions down the road. It's important to understand that seniors are especially at risk because as we age, our blood sugar regulation and fat metabolism slow down significantly. That means even minor habits take longer to recover from, and repeated exposure to this duo can accumulate damage more quickly than in younger people. My neighbor Robert, a 79-year-old who loved his white bread and margarine toast every morning, never imagined it mattered. he thought it was just breakfast. But after developing persistent bloating, his physician suggested switching to whole grain bread with a dab of olive oil or avocado instead. It felt strange at first, Robert admitted, but I adjusted, and now I feel less sluggish. That last point is worth emphasizing. Not only does swapping this habit protect your health, it can also boost your energy and digestion noticeably. The risk of long-term damage drops dramatically too. If you're used to this combo daily, try letting it go for a week. Test a slice of whole grain bread with a healthier fat instead. These small changes might seem insignificant now, but they could make all the difference down the road. Now that we've explored these 4 often overlooked food-related habits, it's time to step back and consider what they truly mean. They're not just about avoiding bacon or letting go of donuts. They're about becoming more aware of how your body changes with age and how even simple choices, like what you eat and how you eat it, can shape your long-term health. Many seniors fall into routines that feel harmless because they've been doing them for years. But just because something is familiar doesn't mean it's still serving you well. So what stood out to you the most? Was it the surprising danger of processed meats, the hidden risks of sugary baked goods, or maybe the quiet damage of fried foods or white bread with margarine? Whatever it was, consider this your gentle nudge to look a little closer at your daily habits. Not with guilt, but with curiosity and care. You have more control than you might think. And when you know better, you get to do better. You're not powerless against cancer. You're not stuck in old habits. You're still growing, learning, and making smart choices that support your health. It's never too late to protect yourself. And it often starts with something as simple as swapping sausage for grilled fish or baking instead of frying. These choices add up, and the impact they make could very well extend your life and improve the quality of your days. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.